Hey folks, this is Kalani. World of Warcraft is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, and we're going to have a huge new in-game event that's coming fairly soon. There's a huge new event area to explore with some fun minigames and a whole bunch of rewards to collect, like the new tier 2 armor sets that all look amazing. There are so many new options for earning some easy higher item level gear. We'll have 6 world bosses active all at once, new scenarios to play through, classic time-walking dungeons to plunder, and we'll even get an event raid to earn new and old rewards. There are a bunch of activities with some very cool rewards on offer, so we're going to go through everything there'll be to do in WoW's 20th anniversary event, all of the rewards that you can pick up, and how it all works. Now before we jump in, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. First things first, it's important to note that the 20th anniversary event isn't just a standalone thing. It's going to be a huge part of patch 11.0.5, the next content patch for the War Within expansion. So we're getting a lot more content to keep us busy, and we also have a pretty good idea of when all of this will kick off. The PTR game files have the 20th anniversary event starting on October 22nd. To reinforce this release date, the classic time walking event, which will be a part of the 20th anniversary, also has a start date of October 22nd. So that seems like a very likely start date for the anniversary event, and also a release date for patch 11.0.5, which will include all of those huge class changes and various other updates. If the game files are to be believed, the event will also run all the way until January 7th, giving us about 77 days or 11 weeks to enjoy all of the festivities. I can't help but wonder if the 77 days is also a bit of a callback to the Legion update cadence, but either way that sets us up to head into patch 11.0.7 sometime in January or February, and then 11.1 should arrive pretty soon after that. So we have a rough idea of when the next few content drops should be coming our way. So what can we expect from the 20th anniversary event? What new content do we have to look forward to, and what can keep us busy all the way through the new year? For starters, while the event is active, we will also get a 10% bonus to experience and reputation gains. Now you may immediately think, well, hold on a minute, we usually get the anniversary year as an XP bonus, so surely this year should have been 20%, not a measly 10%, right? Yes, and it is, but to get the other 10% you'll have to complete a quick daily quest. It's going to reward you with the other 10% bonus to your XP and rep gains for 12 hours, so it's not 20% for the entire event all the time, but you can get a pretty decent window of a 20% bonus, so you can go get the daily done and then go about your leveling or rep farming. It's worth noting that because the event runs for so long, we will have multiple weeks with the Dark Moon Fair active as well, which will make leveling incredibly quick during this event. You'll get 10% from the general event bonus, you can get 10% from the daily quest, 10% from the Dark Moon Fair, and then if you already have 5 max level characters, you'll get 25% bonus XP from the Warband Mentor achievements too. So you could end up with 55% bonus XP during the 20th anniversary event to help level up any ults you haven't managed to get around to yet. This daily quest will also reward you with the most important new currency of the event, the Bronze Celebration tokens. These will be used to pick up most of the shiny new rewards on offer throughout the event. One of the most exciting new rewards has got to be the revamped tier 2 armor sets, which are some of the most iconic in the game. There's one for every class, even the classes that didn't exist back then, so not only do we have some higher resolution versions of classic armor sets, but classes like Death Knights and Monks get some cool new stuff to look forward to as well. Most of these look really cool in my opinion. All of these tier 2 transmog sets will cost 60 Bronze Celebration tokens, so they aren't super cheap, but thankfully there is an achievement that reduces the cost of any transmog set you buy past the first, so only your first one costs 60, everyone after that will be cheaper. That discount could be up to 50%, so you may only need to spend 30 tokens for all of the other transmog sets. That's definitely much better than having to farm 60 tokens for each of these sets, because some of them are super cool, and I'm definitely going to pick up more than one, but I'm actually very interested to know how you feel about these updated sets. Are there any that really stick out as amazing or perhaps not as good as the others? Let me know what you think about these armor sets in the comment section below. There will also be some new weapon and armor transmogs styled after the Blizzard employee rewards, so we have a sword, shield and helm transmog that look just like the actual rewards Blizzard employees have been getting for years now. They have a really cool blue, silver, white theme, and I can see some players making some amazing transmogs based around these pieces. This vendor also sells some new toys and pets for you to collect, including a cute mini Doomguard to terrorize your foes, and a ring toy that gives you a chunky blue ring to snazz up your transmogs. This vendor also has all of the old anniversary event fun items like costumes, toys, pets, and the celebration wands. You will also be able to trade any leftover tokens that you have in for timed warped badges, so this could end up being a huge time warped badge farm as well after you've bought everything that you're interested in. You can also pick up various older anniversary rewards including Lil Nefarian, Molten Corgi, Hate Spark the Tiny, Onyxia Whelpling, and the Baby Blizzard Bear. Those will set you back 10 tokens each. Now this vendor used to have the Obsidian Worldbreaker mount and the Core Hound mount available for 20 tokens as well, but they have since been removed from the vendor on the PTR, so these old anniversary mounts may be available. It's a bit unclear right now, but hopefully they appear back on this vendor before the event goes live. So that's all of the goodies that we can spend these tokens on, but how can we actually get them? There are going to be a few ways to get your hands on Bronze Celebration tokens. There are some one-time quests that introduce you to various NPCs in the minigames and events present at the anniversary event grounds. That one rewards you with another 3 tokens, and then another one-time quest introduces you to various vendors, and that one will reward you with 5 tokens, so you can get 8 tokens just for looking around. The daily quest we already mentioned is something everyone will want to get done. Not only does it buff up your rep and XP gains by another 10%, but you'll be able to pick up 3 bronze tokens as well. You can complete that daily quest by taking part in various events at the festival grounds just outside of the Caverns of Time. Up at the top of your screen you can find a little tag that lets you know what the next event in the rotation is going to be, and if you hover over it, it gives you a rough time estimate as well. The Mount Mania event is basically a mount off where you compete against all of the players around you to see who can match the displayed mount the most times. The NPC on stage will hop on a mount, and if you have that mount, you can jump on it too to get a point for that round. The player with the most points at the end of the event wins. It's pretty easy to see which mount the NPC is on. There is a large text with the mount name above the stage, so you just need to search through your mount journal to see if you have the matching mount. It seems like almost any mount is fair game here. They had some old ones, some new ones, mounts from time limited events, and even shop mounts. So if you have a particularly well-rounded mount collection, this is going to be your time to shine. I'm sure there will be add-ons or weak auras to streamline this process when the patch comes out, so if searching through your mount journal for every round sounds tedious, I'm sure we'll have some workarounds for that pretty soon. There's also the Transmog competition. You are given a theme that everyone has to adhere to, and then you get a short time to put together a transmog based on that theme. So for this little round we had the theme of Why We Fight. After the timer runs out, everyone gets 5 votes to give to their favourite transmogs, so everyone around you controls who wins this competition, so you better stand out with your transmog choice. When the event is done, everything gets tallied and the transmogs with the most votes will appear on the stage. They seem to stay there for quite a while too, so you can show off your transmogging capability in this event whenever it comes around. You can also pop by Lore Walker Cho's stage for story time. This one is just a chill event where you listen to Cho tell one of a few stories, there's some new voice acting and you can react from the audience, but it's mostly just a sit and listen kind of deal. And then there are some fun random bits and bobs as well, like the photo booth where you can change your background and scenery to take some fun pictures with your friends. There are some portals that take you to various picturesque locations across Azeroth. On the other side of the portal you can also find a chest that lets you equip some random fun items, but that's about it. You can find random items scattered around the area that let you transform into certain NPCs like Jaina or Thrall, and you can run around shouting some key voice lines. There's an ice rink that you can slip and slide on, so that's kind of interesting I guess. And then you can also grab a balloon and drift around the event space as well. So quite a few fun things to do that don't necessarily do much, but that seems to be the point, just to have fun with. Now, while these events and minigames don't reward you with bronze celebration tokens by default, there is an achievement that could change that. If you collect 100 bronze celebration tokens, you'll earn yourself the Token Collector achievement, which lets you collect more tokens from repeatable 20th anniversary activities. So you may be able to get tokens from things like the Mount Off, Transmog competition, and story time at the very least, allowing you to earn even more tokens to ensure you're able to buy up all of the rewards on offer. Now, the other major source of celebration tokens are weekly quests to take part in other activities available during the event. For example, the Codex of Chromie is a new scenario-style activity where you queue in, get grouped with some folks, take care of some time anomalies, and earn some shiny new rewards. The weekly quest rewards you with a box of gear which contains a random piece of 597 gear. You're going to see this quite a lot, so we'll have some very easy access to 597 champion gear throughout the anniversary event. You'll also get some carved crests, a handful of valor stones, and 3 bronze celebration tokens. Running the scenario also rewards you with some gold, more valor stones, a chance at some crests, and a warbound piece of gear, so that can help you gear up your alts and gives you another source of upgrade crests. There's also a weekly quest to take down some favourite world bosses of old. If you kill Korraks, Azurgos, and a Dragon of Nightmare, you'll get another box of 597 champion gear, some carved crests, some valor stones, and another 3 celebration tokens. So we'll see the usual trio of Lord Korrak and the Blasted Lands, Azurgos in Azara, and the Dragons of Nightmare scattered around the world for you to farm some easy loot. But this time, a few more world bosses have taken up residence in Tanaris, making them very easy to get to. You can find the Doomwalker, the Shah of Anger, and Archivon the Stonewatcher just outside of the festival area. All of these world bosses also have new icons on the world map, so they are much easier to track down. You don't need coordinates or ask which green dragon is up, and no one should get lost. Pick the world boss you want to take down and the map will guide you there. Each world boss has a chance to drop some item level 584 gear, so that's one more source of easy veteran track gear, but the extra world bosses will also have a chance to drop their respective mounts. So the Doomwalker can drop the Illidari Doomhawk, Archivon can drop the Grand Black War Mammoth, and the Shah of Anger will have a chance to drop the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent. So if you haven't been able to pick up these mounts yet, the anniversary event gives you some extra chances. We are also going to have a reimagined Blackrock Depths raid to explore and plunder once again, with many very familiar bosses with all new mechanics and abilities. You'll be able to pick up a one-time quest to clear through the raid and defeat the last boss, and completing that will reward you with 5 celebration tokens. And then there's also a weekly quest to recover a quest item from the last boss, which rewards you with carved crests, valor stones, 500 time warp badges, and 3 more celebration tokens. The raid will be available in Looking for Raid, Normal, and Heroic difficulties, and each of these difficulties drops gear on par with the same difficulty in the Nerubar Palace raid. So everyone should be able to hop into LFR, clear through the raid quickly and complete those one-time or weekly quests, and get some loot along the way. But if you want an extra challenge with appropriate rewards, you can jump into Normal mode or even Heroic mode to nab yourself up to item level 619 gear. So if this raid ends up being quite easy, you may be able to earn yourself some very high item level raid gear without having to put in too much extra effort. Now, if the bosses in the raid also drop appropriate level crests, Heroic should drop runed crests, which could open up a lot of upgrade potential for folks who usually avoid raid or endgame group content, and if they follow the same progression as the Nerubar Palace raid, the last 2 bosses may also drop gilded crests, allowing you to upgrade gear much further than before. We'll have to wait and see what kind of crests we'll be able to get our hands on though. We are also going to see classic timewalking dungeons added into the mix, so we're going to get a full classic timewalking event as well. The dungeons we'll be revisiting include the original Dead Mines, Dire Maul East and West, Stratholme, both living and undead sections, and Zul'Farrak, so we'll have some good old nostalgia-fueled adventures. With a new timewalking event comes a new timewalking vendor. You'll be able to pick up the Frey Feather Hippogriff mount, 2 new pets, some classic themed toys like the Practice Ravager, a bunch of cosmetic or costume items including the Mohawk grenades, and a lot of new transmog options which are very cool. Some of these are brand new items or looks, while others are copies of some vanilla items and weapons. They also range in price quite widely, from 50 timed warp badges up to 2,500 timed warp badges, so you'll definitely want to stock up on badges if you want to pick up all of these cool new rewards. You'll also be able to buy reputation tokens for old vanilla reputations as well. This was very surprising to me because some of these reps are a huge grind when you do them normally, and some of them are no longer available, but now you can just buy 500 rep for 50 timed wart badges a pop. I will definitely be using these tokens to max out my vanilla reps that have been left in the dust. With warbands now a huge part of the game, all of these reps will probably become account-wide eventually too, so you can max them out on one character and have those reps sorted for your entire account. This will be a super easy way to add some more exalted reps to your collection to earn some easy achievements. There will also be a weekly quest to complete 5 timewalking dungeons, which rewards you with a box of 597 gear, 3 celebration tokens, some more carved crests, and some valor stones. It is also worth noting that classic timewalking isn't just for the anniversary event, it will also join the usual rotation of weekly timewalking events, so we'll see these dungeons and vendor return as the months roll by. In addition to the new timewalking dungeons and vendor, the other timewalking event vendors for previous expansions have had a few new rewards added to them as well, including the enchanted spellweave carpet mount and the Amani hunting bear mount, so there are even more rewards to look forward to. And then Korraks Revenge will be returning as well, so you can hop back into the old version of Alterac Valley and get your PvP groove on. There will also be a weekly quest for Korraks Revenge, which will reward you with 5 Marks of Honor, a piece of 597 gear, 3 celebration tokens, 100 Time Warp badges, some carved crests, and some Valor Stones. Now, in addition to all of this, the weekly quests that you can pick up in Dornogal also now reward 2 celebration tokens each, and all 4 types of important weekly quests are actually available at the same time on the PTR, which is also very interesting. So if the same thing happens when the patch goes live, you'll be able to get another 8 tokens each week just for doing your usual weekly quests. So, with everything combined, there are a whole bunch of minigames, a revamped raid, various scenario-style activities, classic timewalking dungeons, and a vendor rewards refresh, a whole bunch of world bosses to kill, new versions of the tier 2 armor sets to collect, a bunch of new transmog options, a 20% bonus to rep gains and experience gains, and you can also pick up a lot of different anniversary event rewards that you may have missed over the years. That is a lot of content to keep us busy until 11:07 in the new year. In addition to that, with the various weekly quests rewarding you with free 597 gear and the event raid rewarding up to item level 619 gear, this event could allow you to very easily and quickly gear up all of your characters too. You should also be able to pick up about 40 bronze tokens per week if you're doing the daily every day and every weekly quest, and that doesn't include any one-time rewards, so it should only take about 3 weeks to get the token collector achievement, which should then significantly increase your token earnings and let you buy up everything you could want from the event. We'll have specific videos going over how to maximize your bronze tokens when the event goes live for real. In addition to everything that we've gone over so far, you will also be able to pick up some Warcraft 3 inspired back pieces. You'll be able to sport the faction logos from the original 4 Warcraft 3 factions, which look fantastic. These will be available from the November trading post, so not entirely tied to the event, but you will be able to pick them up while the event is running. And then as a weird little extra, there will also be a title vendor, so you can pick up titles like Draenor Enthusiast, or Dragon Isles Enthusiast, or even Karazhan Enthusiast. So if you want some extra titles to show off which expansion you enjoyed the most, that's something you're going to be able to do as well. But that's all of the new events, minigames, and rewards coming with World of Warcraft's 20th anniversary event and patch 11.0.5, so that's it for this video. What do you think from what you've seen so far? Which tier 2 armor sets are you going to unlock first, and how do you feel about all the extra gear sources that we're going to have? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to all of our members here on YouTube. You can see their names floating by on screen. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find links in the description, or click the join button just below the video. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're always kept up to date. Thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.